Hello, thank you for listening. This is the near death experience of Jamin, and this experience occurred on April 26, 1986, in France. And I believe this was originally in French and may have been translated or something like that. Open quote. Around 3 p.m., close to Poitiers, France, about 1 week before my ninth birthday, I'm walking from the commercial center towards home as my mother accepted to let me go alone for the first time. I'm in a hurry to arrive as I am excited to meet the children of my mother's companion that I never saw before, so that while crossing the street, I don't see coming upon me the big truck. In fact, it's only a car. The car hits me head on. I am told that I did a triple backwards somersault. I find myself on the road several yards away, unconscious. Then I see my body laying in the ambulance, covered by an orange colored blanket. My vision looking down from the ceiling of the ambulance, I remember very clearly this out of body experience. I even have a detailed picture, like a photo. Then coma 3, cranial trauma and left thigh bone broken, arrived at the hospital about a quarter of an hour later in coma 2. Then coma 1 and staying in it for 11 days. Very long 11 days for my relatives, especially for my mother who was there and more involved. At my awakening, I'm talking about a vision of myself, of my body in the ambulance covered by the orange blanket. Then I describe myself as flying fast through a sequence of sceneries that seemed unlimited, peripheral vision. I'm observing the journey. I am the journey. Firstly, there are black fields, a landscape of desolation that I have been drawing later in therapy, filled with corpses, limbs, and heads, then crossing sandy deserts before arriving at a vast meadow covered with white flowers, then a green hill, brightly colored, a path, and a big door stile, which is diffusing a very pure light, warm and mesmerizing, that has something sincere, something like a soul. This gigantic door is sitting way up at the hilltop, and I see myself going on this path towards it. I'm observing this little Jamin, but I am also this Jamin. I'm at the same time inside and outside, and the same applies to the hill and the scenery, and I have the impression to be in complete fusion with this environment in an absolute well-being. This light, at which I am a part of, or that resembles me, comprises me, which pulls me irresistibly. I'm also talking about a choice that I had been doing. This world was much more real than many moments in my earthly life. It is as if this day was engraved in me and changed me profoundly. I have the feeling to have known something at that moment. There are these facts of what I experienced and what I remember, followed several months of rehabilitation, screws in the leg, as well as several years of medical examinations, various psychodrama therapies, and drawing to integrate the accident and the dream, anguish and warmth, confidence and fear. During many years, I didn't talk about it. Little with my father, more with my mother, rarely, even so to speak, not at all with my friends, out of fear to be considered crazy or an extraterrestrial. Apparently, I changed quite radically after the accident. I considered myself invincible during a few months, my mother told me, which was quite unmanageable for her. But also, I asked my mother very soon to get me a teacher for piano, or opera song, or harp. I wanted to compose music, to paint. I wanted to be an artist. End quote. What a great story. 9 years old, Almost 9 years old, and your mom lets you go on the first time by yourself, and you get hit by a big truck, which is a car, but I'm sure it was big enough, for sure. So there are some questions here. I think there's actually, I was looking down just briefly, two sets of questions. So we'll just go through them. More questions, the better. More answers, the better. Question: did you feel separated from your body? Answer: yes. When I was apparently dead in the ambulance, I saw my body covered by an orange-colored blanket, which I talked about immediately after coming out of my 11-day coma. I clearly left my body and existed outside of it. Question: rating your level of consciousness. Answer: more conscious and alertness than normal. I remember it as an obvious fact. I was part of a whole. I was my dream. In this sense, it was more real than many moments in my life, if this is what you call lucidity. Question: did time seem to speed up or slow down? Answer: no notion of time. It was at the same time long because it was very rich and very short. Question: did you see an unearthly light? Answer: yes, I described it above in my report. It was an extraordinary light, warm, mesmerizing, pure, almost like a soul. Well, I thought that was one of the best parts of this. It's his description of the light and the door diffusing the light and the light being something like a soul. That's pretty cool. Question: did you seem to enter some unearthly world? Answer: as described in my report, first the flight over the fields, of which some were black, then the meadow covered with white flowers, the green hill, and the path leading to this gigantic Arabo-Andalus door that diffused an unbelievable light. And I think the Arabo-Andalus door is kind of like a Middle Eastern door, maybe, that's curved at the top, or kind of an ornate, maybe. I don't know. Big. I don't know. Maybe. Question: did you suddenly seem to understand everything? Answer: everything about myself or others. I had the feeling to have known something important about myself, to understand everything, if you like, as it came as an obvious fact and was inseparable from what I am and still am. Question: did you have a feeling of peace or pleasantness? Answer: incredible peace. What emotions did you feel during the experience? Answer: warmth, kindness, peace, and extreme well-being. Question: did you come to a border or point of no return? Answer: I came back with the feeling of having made a choice. Question: what importance did you place on your religious spiritual life prior to your experience? Answer: not important to me. Question: what was your religion prior to your experience? Answer: unaffiliated, agnostic. Question: have your religious practices changed since your experience? Answer: no. Question: what importance do you place on your religious/spiritual life after your experience? Answer: moderately important to me. Question: what is your religion now? Answer: unaffiliated, agnostic. Question: did your experience include features consistent with your earthly beliefs? Answer: it was both consistent and non-consistent. Question: did you have a change in your values and beliefs because of your experience? Answer: uncertain. It certainly changed my relationship to humanity and my sensibility. Concerning my beliefs, I don't know. I was still a child. Question: did you believe in the existence of God prior to your experience? Answer: God probably does not exist. Question: did you gain information about the existence of God? Answer: no. Question: do you believe in the existence of God after your experience? Answer: God probably does not exist. Question: during your experience, did you gain special knowledge or information about your purpose? Answer: yes. Music arrived at that moment. Question: during your experience, did you gain information about the meaning of life? Answer: Uncertain. I was uncertain if an afterlife exists, but afterwards an afterlife probably exists. Less fearful. Question, what life changes occurred in your life after your experience? Answer, moderate changes. I felt very different. During many years, I tried to be, all caps, normal. I had problems to communicate and to feel myself included in a group or even a community of ideas. Question, have your relationships changed specifically because of your experience? Answer, yes. Due to the circumstances? Yes. Question, was the experience difficult to express in words? Answer, yes. Difficult to describe the vision, the colors, the feelings, the warmth, and this light. Question, how accurately do you remember the experience? Answer, more accurately than other life events. Do you have any psychic or non-ordinary or other special gifts after your experience? No. Question, are there one or several parts of your experience that are especially meaningful or significant to you? Answer, being out of body and the light of the door. Question, have you ever shared this experience with others? Answer, yes. Immediately after coming out of coma, I told my parents. Then in therapy, as an adult, not to my friends, male or female. Then in 2003, it came back to me, and I started to write and testify about the subject. Question, what did you believe about the reality of your experience shortly after it happened? Answer, experience was definitely real. My mother told me that I spoke about it in a way that I seemed to believe myself invincible. Question, what do you believe about the reality of your experience now? Answer, experience was definitely real. It's almost tangible. Question, at any time in your life, has anything ever reproduced any part of the experience? Answer, uncertain. I had dreams and some vague sensations, but nothing comparable. Okay, and here comes another little part. It looks like it was done at a different time. So let's see if there's a difference. I have had this experience during a coma due to an accident. I was unconscious, but I remember a green hill and a road. I was looking at myself while climbing this road. At the top of the hill stood a magnificent and imposing Arabian Andalusian door. What was behind that door was dark, black. But I don't know if this impression is due to a post-traumatic interpretation or if it is a real part of the dream. On the other hand, the power of the images and the feelings of the first part, hill, road, and door, and the weight that they had and still have on my life convinced me that it was a rather uncommon, real dream. I chose to come back. I don't know what motivated that choice. This dream has transformed me. Radical change of interest, development of new talents, and the images are still within me. They come back from time to time. Today, I have the feeling that this turning point event has a great hold over my life, over my sense of priorities. Question. Did you feel separated from your body? Answer, yes. I saw myself walking on the road, the hill. Question, did you pass into or through a tunnel? Answer, uncertain. The Arabian Andalusian door was obviously there, and I was going toward it. But I repeat, I'm not certain that what I saw behind the door is not an interpretation that came up after the experience. The images are also there, but they do not have as much weight as my walk toward that door. Question, did you see an unearthly light? Answer, uncertain. There was much light, warmth, many vivid colors on the way to that door, but one, all caps, particular light. I don't think so. Question, did you seem to enter some other unearthly world? Answer, the hill and the door were extraordinary, beautiful. Question, what emotions did you feel during the experience? Answer, feelings of warmth, well-being. I was in a contemplative state, bewitched. Question, did you suddenly seem to understand everything? Answer, at the moment, no. But the more I link my evolution, my urge to do creative works, and my drastic change of mentality with this dream, the more I think that at this particular time I had access to some uncommon knowledge. Question, did scenes from the past come back to you? Answer, I don't remember. Question, did you come to a border or point of no return? Answer, I chose to come back. I don't know what motivated that choice, but I know that I decided to do so. That's all. Answer, did you have a question, did you have a change in your values and beliefs because of your experience? Answer, yes, I wasn't the same. I did not have this urge to create and did not believe as much in love and sensitivity. Question, was the experience difficult to express in words? Answer, yes, the power of the dream and the sensations felt. Question, do you have any psychic, non-ordinary, or other special gifts after your experience that you did not have before the experience? Answer, yes, mostly gifts related to an artistic sensitivity that manifested at that time. Question, are there one or several parts of your experience that are especially meaningful or significant to you? Answer, the best, this dream image that transformed me, and that is always present. The worst is the accident. But there isn't any worst part about the experience per se. Question, have you ever shared this experience with others? Answer, yes. I talked about it with my parents and doctors, but not so often with my friends. And it is the first time that I really wish to talk more about it. Reactions, my father helped me to forget. My mother helped me to understand. Psychiatrists and healers met afterwards helped me to transcribe and channel this dream. Question, at any time in your life, has anything ever reproduced any part of the experience? Answer, uncertain. I never had any similar experiences except at a party. I was a teenager and I had too much alcohol and cannabis. I was gone and felt a similar dizziness, but it had nothing to do at all with the power of the dream. I frequently have timeless dreams without medication or substances in which I travel wide spaces. Question, is there anything else you would like to add about your experience? Answer, everything has been written down when I came out of the coma. What I am stating today is only what I have been keeping to myself for 18 years. What a great story. And I love that door. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.